Although my father's side of the family is Polish, to the extent that my grandfather spoke with a thick Polish accent all of his life, my mother's side of the family had some Irish roots. We're really all just Heinz 57 in my family, as my maternal grandmother used to say, but that never stopped me from being fascinated by my heritage and family tree. One year, while I was studying at Duville, they offered a History of Ireland class, and I thought that it was a great opportunity to learn a wee bit more about where part of my family came from. And as part of the class, there was a 2 week trip to Ireland at the end of it all. And it's one of the very few times that I've traveled outside of the US and Canada. It was truly an amazing experience that also came along with a truly amazing lab fee. But I learned a lot from that trip abroad. So much of life in the cities of Ireland is just like it is here, including Tim Hortons, believe it or not. But many places are still very rural and pastoral. And as we were going on our tour of Ireland and driving from one side of the country to the other, we would see all sorts of farms and farm animals. But I'll never forget seeing a spray painted sheep for the very first time. You see, the sheep wander while they graze and perhaps get a little distracted. The Irish shepherds, in particular those that neighbor each other, will spray paint their sheep different colors in order to tell them apart at the end of the day when they are rounding them up. Or if a sheep were to get altogether lost and wander into town, everyone would know that a green spray painted sheep belonged to a certain farm. Over the years, this has made me think time and time again of our own shepherd and how he must see us. The scriptures today all focus around the central theme of God as shepherd and of Christ realizing how lost people can become without support. In baptism, if you'll forgive a rough comparison, we were spray painted with our shepherd's colors. But oftentimes, as we journey through life, things lead us in a different direction. Sometimes we find ourselves distracted by current events, or crises, or technology, or politics, or power, or the things that give us pleasure. And we end up going home at the end of the day to the wrong farm. But today's readings reassure us that Christ realizes that we are in need of his shepherding and of having other shepherds helping us towards him in our lives, so that when we're lost, they can help us find our way back to him. Christ cared enough that he not only spray painted us with his mark at baptism, imprinting on us a special character, but he also appointed other shepherds to help us along the way. At a very basic level, through baptism, we all became partakers in Christ's universal priesthood. And so we are all, in some way, supposed to be looking out, supposed to be shepherding one another as best as we can toward Christ. This is true of lay and religious alike. Of course, though, there are ordained shepherds too, bishops, priests, and deacons who work to accompany us on our journey through life, to help us keep on track, to help us to help bring us back when we get lost, to be our GPS or map in life. And yet, despite theology and hierarchy, the truth is elegant and simple as to what holds everything together, what keeps the farm running and the sheep coming back each evening. It is the shepherd's love for the flock. Today and every day, I pray that you will be so inspired by that simple love and grace of God at work in your life that, despite distractions, you make it home in the evening to the right pasture where the right shepherd who marked you, the good shepherd, is waiting with open